Great plant, and these are beautiful. And really, would you kind of put this in that whole ground cover kind of thing,
sure.
Or not?
Well, you know, a lot of people like to mix in annuals with their perennials because annuals flower all summer long, and that's especially the case with this collection of sweet alyssum. We've got 3 different varieties featured here. The Magic Carpet series, you know, it's even in the name, the word carpet, because these form really a wider mass of flowers than they are tall, maybe almost 16 inches wide if you grow them really well with that bud and bloom fertilizer we've been talking about. This is a great annual for summer color. A lot of old-fashioned alyssum used to kind of, you know, fade out in the summer because they couldn't handle the heat and humidity. Not so with this collection. Look at these colors.
Look at these pictures. Oh my goodness.
They're rich.
Is beautiful.
They're really rich colors, and we also need to tell folks that it's the scent too that makes these really special. Not only are they great summer performers and summer bloomers, they have a wonderful honey sweet smell that you can expect to have all summer long with all of those flowers. 3 colors again in the collection. We've got pink, white, and a bluish one, or a bluish lavender one, which might be a good companion if you've put some of those dwarf lavenders in a container. You might want to, you know, add this sweet alyssum next door or something. It's a great companion for that too.
And I love white sweet alyssum because here, look at this. You know, the white, like I say, if you add some white in amongst the color of your flowers, it makes the colors even more vibrant.
Well, and this has got such a frothy habit, right? It's like bubbles coming up from the ground. You know, these are great under roses or other flowering shrubs. They're great in containers as well too, because they fill a container very quickly. You know, our plants come to folks at a really nice size for transplanting. You know, people may open the box up and they're going to see these. They're going to have 6 of them that they can decide maybe where they're going to mix and match in their containers. Maybe they're going to plant single containers of all of these things, kind of have just big, you know, impactful container displays billowing out with alyssum. There's a lot of ways that you can use this, and we're going to get this to folks at a nice sample size, or a nice ship size, so that, you know, these little things are kind of wired to grow.
There's already
You've already got flowers on it.
Look at that, come in really, really close. Look at that, all the flowers already on there. That's really incredible. These are gorgeous. Here's the other thing, it's brand new. It's free shipping and handling. It's also on 3 monthly easy payments of $10.45 a month. Now again, you're not going to be billed until they ship.
That's right.
But what you're getting here is actually 6 solid different plants. You're going to get 2 in white, 2 in the purple, 2 in the pink, and then you can mix them together however you want. The other thing I find that a lot of people like to do with Cottage Farms and QVC is order multiples. So
I couldn't agree more.
You think, okay, here's how much space those 6 will cover.
It's a good scale to represent what they'll grow up to be by the end of the summer.
But then maybe you want to get 2 sets or 3 sets, and you don't mind spending, you know, $90, but you would have literally 18 of these plants that you could use along a walkway.
You know, it's kind of like creating a rhythm and a cadence to your container plantings. It's always nice to have lots of different things in containers, but it's also really nice from a design standpoint to have 1 or 2 things that are common to all, right? That are sort of a unifying element of the container designs on your deck or your patio. And like so many of the annuals that we talk about here at Cottage Farms, we want to make sure that people have the right information and the right tools here to get those off to a successful start. So we really recommend in this case our Bud and Bloom Booster because again, these are annual plants. They're only, you know, here for 1 growing season. You know, they're off to the races. We're also going to get you that care guide in the box, which is going to have all of the tips and the tricks and stuff we're talking about here today in one handy place. So if you ever have a question, just pick that thing up. It's in there.
And by the way, and you're making the most of what you've just bought. That's the whole thing. Like you say, this is an annual, but you want to make the most of it. I'll tell you what, the interesting thing is if you get these home, whenever these get home and you start planting them, don't you realize that like 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line, you're like, wait, look at how much they've grown.
Oh, I know.
I mean, it really takes off. And all of a sudden, you get to enjoy all of the rest of May, all of June, July, August, September, etc., these won't die back until the frost, right?
Right. No, these will flower all the way until frost. They're a great, flower power kind of plant all the way through the end of the growing season. I love your idea about really kind of buying multiples of these. I think that's a really great point to bring across, is that, Alyssum are great container plants. They're great fillers, and even in this case, spillers, because this one kind of tumbles off the edge of the container a little bit. So, a great choice to sort of unify all of those plantings together, really unify the container garden designs, and really have a nice impact all summer long with this great flower.
Look at these colors, they're just beautiful.
And the Gara that we featured earlier too is another great plant that would be a good companion. You're starting to kind of piece them together here. Maybe you think, well, maybe I want to use that lavender in a container. Maybe the Gara, maybe the Alyssum. I bring all three of these into a really floriferous trio.
I like that, floriferous.
Lots and lots of flowers. That's what it's about, right? That's what gardening's about, is enjoying really the fruits of your efforts here and putting these together in such high performance containers.
I just want to mention, if you missed this, these were called the whirling butterflies. And this is a beautiful pink, whirling, baby pink.
Baby pink, that's right.
Baby pink whirling butterflies. We had a set of 3 of these, which are new today. Look at how beautiful they work together with the Alyssum. So
Fun pastels.
You may want to do that.
Soft and light colors.
The whirling butterflies, those are perennials.
That's right, that's right.
But
Yep, absolutely.
The Alyssum is your annuals that you mix in. $31.36. It's on 3 payments of $10.45. And like we said, these are fragrant. They're only going to grow to about 12 inches, 8 to 12 inches tall, 12 to 15 inches wide, and they are heat tolerant. That's the great thing about them.
A summer fast flower. There's just, our summers can be long and hot in a lot of places in this country, and it can be hard sometimes to keep all of those flowers going, but that's why we want to turn your attention today to the Magic Carp Sweet Alyssum collection, because they really are going to hold up to those long, hot, humid summer days and really be a great flowering machine in that wonderful container garden we're putting together for people here today.
I love that. It's interesting because as we get a little older at our house, my husband does more container gardening
That's a good
than
point.
he does in the ground. He's still got a lot going on in the ground, but he does a lot of container gardening, and I love that because they just look so good. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we saved the